So we're going live, and we should be. I missed that bit. Right. Okay. Good afternoon, and welcome to Live Talks on Live Talks on Restream. I can't get my tongue around that. And we say hello to Peter in Aberdeen.
Afternoon.
Okay. To Harper in Arizona. And to Marco in Portugal.
Hello, hello.
And to Chris in Belgium.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. And the first thing we want to say, and we'll try and say it in unison, that it's the three words that go together, because we can this week. We can say to everybody who's watching us live and everybody who comes to the replay, we wish you a very happy
New
Year.
So, now we've had the practice all together then. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And I know that at 1 minute past midnight on the 1st of January 2021, I had a great sigh of relief that 2020 was behind us. What are your thoughts? Anybody?
Most definitely. I mean, it was. I think everybody, regardless of where you are in the world, can contest that it was a very odd year. I mean, everything, regardless of your schedule, was somehow interrupted. So, yeah, I'm glad it's over. How about you, Peter?
It's not really over for me. I'll tell you what happened that I watched. As you know, at 11 o'clock on, was it the 31st of December? We actually left the European Union. And, you know, it didn't really mean anything to me, but do you know what? I'll tell you what was disappointing. The news coverage was absolutely abysmal. They were looking for every little thing that was going to go wrong. So much so that on Sky News, a presenter really had a go at them, saying, "Can you not find anything good at all?" And she'll really give them what for. It's all doom and gloom. And they're just looking for, we've just got to get on with it. You know, and half the things that they said, oh, this one, this one, it's not happened. We're still trading. I'll tell you what happened today, though. Was it today? The Irish tried to come into our territory to fish. Don't know if you know about this. They came into our territory and they were actually boarded by the British Navy. Did you know about that, Stephen?
Nope, I'm not caught up on it yet. I've been watching the American news instead, because that's...
Yes. Well, it's got a 12-mile zone, and the Irish come into the 12 miles, went to fish, and our British Navy went over, and I don't know if they boarded it, but they told them that to get out of the zone. So there you go. So that was quite interesting.
From my point of view, we're out of the EU, but we're still European, and it is what it is, and things are going to go wrong. Well, some might go right as well. Talking about things going right, Portugal is a beautiful place to live. How are your New Year thoughts, Marco?
Well, it's very cold here. It's good to penguins right now. Yes, but okay, I hope this year will be different. I think, well, today we had a bad thing about vaccine because health professional who got vaccinated a few days ago, she passed away today, I think. So it's okay. We know how this could work in people's mind because there are so, and again, the other day, I was talking with someone who said, "Well, what do you think about the vaccine? Don't you think it's too soon to take it?" And because we are seeing the virus, it's having some mutations and everything. And I thought, oh my God, again this conversation, because one of the things about viruses is that they are changing all the time. So okay, well, let's wait. It's kind of like. We discussed this in other topics. It's waiting for the right moment. It won't come. It won't come. It's okay. We were starving for the vaccine, and now we have the vaccine. It's too soon. Well, put your ideas together before saying something.
Totally.
But on the business side, I think this could be a good year. I've been requested to lots of projects and new things coming, mostly because of this live streaming experience. I think for those of you who are watching us and those of you who are sharing screen with me, this could be a nice year to take advantage of live streaming. If you're not doing this yet, this year could be a nice option. I think we are always in good time. It's not too late for this. So I hope things here in Portugal will be better, because we are a small country. We don't have many industries. So our main source to get money is tourism. And when you are so depending on tourism, this situation, it's very, very tough. So I hope this will at least get lighter, so things could get back to normal.
Yeah, I think we're all hoping that by the middle of the year things do change. And Chris, your New Year thoughts?
I think that things will not going normal this year. It will be another tough year, especially in schools. But it's a great year for live streamers, because live streaming is more popular than ever. And so that's a thing that I like very much, because I want to be a good live streamer when I can learn better English.
We're all learning English, Chris.
Always improving, always improving.
Yeah, I'm hoping to learn some Portuguese this year.
Okay, next show it will be in Portuguese.
When we can fly to Portugal, be ready, raring to go. Now, we're in the Restream studios, and every time we come into Restream studios, there's something new. So I've got plenty of buttons down below, so watch out. Let's just flick through before we go on to our next topic. So this is the first way you can show people on screen. That's the second way. Now, I like that one. That one works a lot better. Yeah. Okay, and then third way.
And you can move. You can move around people. You can move around people, Stephen, if you drag and drop.
Just a minute. Let's go back then. I'll go back one. And I'll do that.
There you go. Go. I'm bigger than you.
And we can go like that, or like that down the side. Now, that's great for a screen share.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you notice that you can embed the comments feed on the screen? There you go.
Oh, wow.
My hospital.
Aware that we're actually broadcasting to Twitch at the moment, so I'm going to be very careful and watch those.
The other thing about being live is hard to edit certain things out.
That's true. I mean, the comments so far are good. Yeah. Okay, so we're good. Right. Okay, so where do we go from here? What do you feel is going to happen in live broadcasting this year, and which is your favorite platform at the moment? I shall ask you again in a couple of months' time. We can track progress. And I'm going to be a gentleman here and go ladies first.
Absolutely.
Chris, which is your favorite platform?
For me, that is YouTube. because I don't look very much to the television, but I'm a lover of YouTube videos. And I use YouTube also as a search machine. And it's a very good platform, and there are very interesting videos on it.
Which takes me naturally over to Peter and YouTube.
Past year, I'm a BeLive owner. I don't use it much. You know, I'm on a Thursday with Stephen, but I don't really broadcast much. What I do use mostly, and that'll have to change this year, is Facebook. Facebook, I sit and watch Facebook videos, and I actually advertise through Facebook for my business as well. So hopefully get some work for that. Now, I'd like to say that I would use YouTube, but I will warn you about YouTube. A radio station which is fully licensed by Britain, and Britain's quite tough with their laws. Did you know about this, Stephen?
Yes, carry on. Talk radio.
Talk radio, because they had people on discussing the opposite side of the vaccines, etc., etc. YouTube took them down. They said it was a violation. Now, what's happened in Poland? Poland have said to them, if you take someone's stuff down, you will get a 2.2 million fine. You've got to take it to court before you can take it down, because they're the judge and jury, and they've got a 2.2 million fine. So what I would say to people, Chris, is always look for another platform. Always have 2 to 3 platforms at hand in case one of them goes down for a technical reason. Just get your people over to a new one. So we've got to start looking for alternatives just in case. It's like a spare tire. You're going along the road. Oh, I've got a flat tire. Then you take out your spare and put it in. That would be my advice for this year, to just don't have one platform.
No, that's a good advice.
Okay, Harper.
I like BeLive. That's what I first got into last year. I was doing just Facebook Live, but you can't do anything with the video once it's on Facebook Live. But you can through BeLive. But here recently, I've really been kind of playing around with Restream. So, and my goal for 2021 is to get more video on my channel on YouTube. So, kind of doing a lot of growing this year. So.
Yeah,
and looking at podcasts as well. So
I agree. YouTube is going to be big this year. And it's certainly a place. I've invested the last 12 months, and I'm gone from one man and his dog watching my videos to having quite a few views. So I'm quite happy on that. Anyway, Marco, 2 things. Obviously, what do you plan for 2021? And if you could read some of the comments, please, it will be most helpful. I can't see them.
Well, this year it's more than growing channels for me. It's time to growing money streams, because I think it's time to, and also it's something we should think about. It's more than just growing audience, is to get money from what you already have, because sometimes we are just thinking about let's grow. Yes, let's grow the engagement, let's grow the likes, let's grow the numbers, and at the end of the month, that doesn't pay bills. Okay, so I think it's time for you to understand how you can get money from the audience you already have. It's very important, and the knowledge that you're building through this live streaming experience, or whichever experience you have, because that's very important. Sometimes I talk by myself. I had a meeting before this conversation, and one thing I made clear is, okay, I want to collaborate with you, but I have to have clear how I can make money with this. because because sometimes we get to, how can I say it, too, oh my god, I'm missing the word, too naive, and at the end of the month, this just doing by okay, just by because we like to do it, it's not enough. It's not enough. I think it's very important in 2021 for me, and I think we all should think about it, is to understand, because on the opposite way, on the flip side, people will value more what you're doing because they have to put the neck there, because if they don't have to put the neck, it's okay, it's free, I didn't pay anything, so it's okay. But if they have to pay, they value the thing you share and everything. So it's one of the key things for me this year. And you didn't ask my favorite platform. It's by these days is StreamYard, because it's the platform for me more trustable, and also because I found a very interesting community, and they are very helpful and they treat me very well, and that for me it's also very important. And getting to comments, James is saying Be Live has crashed on my broadcast recently. Carinder is saying great advice, Pete. Carinder again. Marco, we going to our show together. Okay, let's do it. Nick, good advice, Peter. Okay, Peter, you're reading the poll.
That's true.
And Nick talks about talk radio. They quickly got put back on air, and I think it's also, and I think I should throw this topic to the table, which is the intolerance I've been noticing on almost every social media platform, because it's very tough to have a different opinion from someone else, and it's very tough to be political incorrect. It's that the right word expression? And I think we are coming to a black and white world without okay, I have everything. It's kind of a reason to an indignation. And what do you think about this? Because I think it's important to, and as we are people which likes to go live and to share our opinions, our ideas, maybe we are easy targets to this kind of situations.
Yeah, and Nick Wood is saying, yes, Marco, intolerance will not be tolerated. Yes, British sense of humour. Yeah, thank you, Nick. Okay, I think that the thing is, it is too easy. There are things that if you say it, even if you think it, if as soon as you write it down, it's there forever. And if somebody takes exception to it, then it's sometimes you should walk away always, and that's the preferred thing to do. Just ignore it. But occasionally you're going to get tangled up in a web of, well, it shouldn't be. So I would tend to walk away, Marco.
Absolutely. And
Any
the others?
Well, I try to avoid difficulties with other people, and especially with work.
Quite outspoken, but I'm very careful. You'll probably notice Stephen know this. He knows I'm outspoken. However, I'm very careful what I write now. I hardly put anything down because people will go back to 2001 or whatever to try and find out who you said. The new president-elect, they're certainly using him from the past. I don't know if you've noticed any of that, Harper, but they're all getting everything they've said in the past is catching them out, and they're trying to deny it. It says, well, we've got your film of it here. And this has happened to everybody. And it's It's quite interesting, so you have to be careful. And then what's quite funny is when people say something and then they go, uh-oh, and they delete their tweet, and somebody says, too late, I've got a photo.
Yeah, absolutely. Once it's out,
Yeah.
it's out forever.
The internet doesn't forget, does it?
I mean, the biggest, well, it was more an advert, was Gillette. I like a good shave. I'm going to tell you something now. When Gillette went and made a new advert, feminine or whatever it was, against men, to be honest with you, they lost billions of dollars or whatever, because I, for one, never used Gillette again. And so did many, and their stock went down because of it. And even this morning on television, Pierce said, you shouldn't be using women for lipstick anymore. That's how bad we've got. Did you see that, Stephen?
No, I missed it. I was.
So he's saying he had a glossy. He said, look, a woman's promoting lipstick. That should be non-gender. And that's what happened. And it's getting down to. And it's just, but Gillette tried to come back, but they've lost me and they've lost many others. And that's what's happening. Back to you.
Harper. What was the original topic, Marco?
Sorry?
What was the original topic? Because this.
I forgot where we were.
How do you see this growing intolerance on the social media?
I think that I don't see it going away anytime soon, regardless of whether or not you move from this platform to this platform. It's everywhere. And, I think here in the States, as we have a new president coming into office here in 2 weeks. And I don't think it's going to go away just because, okay, fine. I think there's still going to be people, politically 2020 and 2021 are going to look about the same here in the US. And I'm really hoping that whatever happens, with the new president is good for Britain and helping you guys and not, making it even tougher for you guys on trade and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm hoping to look for. So,
well, I can second that, because we do need to have a good trade agreement with the US, because 20% of our trade is with the US, and we've got a divided country as well. It'd be interesting to find out whether Belgium and Portugal are divided, but certainly the UK is divided down the middle. And it's, you try to bring people together, you can sort of form something to ground. I'm going to say people will actually accommodate each other. So that will happen. But the extremes you'll never accommodate, whatever the country is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've also got Scotland is a divided Scotland, and I don't know if you're aware of that. So Nicola Sturgeon is trying to get another referendum, but they said it was going to be a once in a generation vote, and we voted to stay with the UK. But Nicola Sturgeon wants Scotland to go with Europe, but even the SNP are split now. An ex-party leader says, why are you wanting Scotland to go on their own, then give all the rights to Europe? And even they're split. So it's absolutely crazy. My suggestion is, enough of referendums. Let's just try and see what the next 10, 20 years brings us, and take it from there,
And politics in Belgium. Okay.
It's always difficult, politics in Belgium. That is being not quick, and a lot of troubles in Belgium. also with Corona. It's a very difficult thing. It's difficult to manage the people in Belgium. We are also divided, Flanders and Wallonia, and Wallonian in English, I think. And we have plenty of ministers. I think we have a Guinness record of that, but working together, that's another thing. They can't do that.
Wow. Great. How big is Belgium compared to UK? How big, what's it size-wise?
Oh, I think we are not so great on the UK. We are a very little country.
There's a lot of trouble for your size.
And Marco,
Well,
Portuguese politics.
well, about politics I can, but I can talk about cakes. Well, it's very difficult. On the ancient Rome, they talked about people on Iberia, which is where I live, and they talk those people who doesn't rule themselves and doesn't allow anyone to rule them. So I think didn't change a lot. We have, for instance, these past days, we had a situation with the justice minister. They've not nominated someone to be I don't know let me check on translator. Should I say this in English? Is someone from justice, and they put some lies on his curriculum, with the knowing of the minister, and nothing happened. That's Portugal being Portugal. The big problem here is the impunity. You can do whatever you want, and nothing happened. It's okay. For instance, with this COVID situation, prices in some like masks, ventilators, increased 5 times.
Wow.
And because it was an emergency situation, you didn't have to feel all these bureaucracies and everything. You just have to, okay, let's do it. And so prices raised 5 times. And the problem is that most of the times, those providers are friends or relatives to governance, so this is how things work most of the times here. And ministers know this, and they allow these things to happen, and they go there on the street like, okay, nothing happened. What are you saying? Get away from me here. I think we are kind of a lost country. We have amazing beaches, we have amazing food, we have amazing landscapes, we have amazing mountains. We have. I need to say this joke. Once God was creating the world, and he created Portugal, and he said, "Oh my God, I think I have exaggerating creating this country. Look how beautiful he is. He has beaches, rivers, mountains, green, blue. It's so. Oh my God! I made such a work of art with this. I must balance this. What has God made? Portuguese people.
I think the thing that Portugal, well, all our countries share is that we can look at ourselves and smile and think, yeah, that could happen here too.
We can't avoid it.
Just going back to what you just said, Marco, as I try to change the screen around. I want to go like that. That's it.
Okay.
No. Yes, it is. We've got a situation. We're being ruled at the moment, as Peter knows, not by a government, but by our cabinet ministers. So Parliament doesn't have a say. Parliament doesn't have any real say in what's going on. And during the COVID situation that we're in now, contracts have been given out to friends of politicians. And there's nothing we can do about it because we won't be looking into it until the epidemic has ended. So I think that's true in any country, that those who are in charge trying to get away with what they can.
Yep, I agree.
Yes.
Having said that, I know a pest control supply business. They've got a fortune, and they just put in the bid at 2 in the. They put that bid in at 2 in the morning, and there was no criteria as such. This is, can you supply? And they've made a lot of money from it. And somebody tried to investigate them, etc., etc. But he came out smelling of roses, and they tried everything. So it was just a company that's built themselves up, and so they got in. They went on. They went in the early hours. I've got to tell something to Marco. I've been to Madeira, right? And I actually got filmed singing for Portugal national television. There you go. And I've got to tell you something about Madeira. I don't know if you know about this, folks, but did you know Madeira was flooded recently?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And they've got these things called levadas.
Yes.
You know about them, Stephen?
Marco does.
Right, so they've got these levadas, and people go, no, we've got them in rows, and we do walking in the hills and bag them in rows and everything. So they've got levadas, and people travel to go and walk the levadas, and they hold the water back. If that's, I can explain it right, Mark will tell you later. But they've also got this thing for guys. You go to the top of a big hill, and these guys take you down in a sledge, a road sledge, and I think it's 2 of them. They push you down, and you go all the way down. It's fantastic. Now, at the time, I didn't know I had 3 blocked arteries. And when you get to the bottom, you've got to go back up to get the cable car, right? All the taxi drivers wait at the bottom, sitting like this, going, yeah, lovely jubbly, we'll get that money. So I went round all the taxi drivers, how much? And I got it from 20 euros down to 10. Another guy, he says, I'll do it for 9. I says, no, I'm not paying it. And I walked back up that hill the same way that they would come down. And every time they came past to give me a wave, and I used to go like that to them.
It's an international site, Peter.
But I made it to the top. Little did I know I could have died. So that, and I'm going to go back to Madeira because I did like it actually, you know.
Yeah, it's an amazing place. And you again, it's they have amazing dishes to eat. It's I think it's one of the most good things here in Portugal is the food. It's amazing. Mostly fish.
Yeah.
Fish and seafood. Yes, sorry?
Blackfish. You remember the blackfish?
Yes.
In Madeira. Oh, beautiful.
Swordfish.
But I'm going to tell you one more story about Madeira. So we got a car and we went away out, and we stopped off at a place, and I says to Sheila, this is like a village of the damned. You know, it was just, oh. Anyway, we got back, we got speaking to this lady from England, and her mum and dad was from Madeira. And she was telling us all about it. And she says, did you know the police rounded up a lot of the troublemakers, etc. And they took them all and put them outside and made a village for them. I says, I think we visited there today.
Yeah. There's the situation there in Madeira. I went there. I was working on politics were alive by those times, and I was on the touristic zone, and I went also to that hell zones you mentioned, and it's amazing the contrast between both situations, because on the touristic zone you see what you expect to see as a tourist, okay, but on that dark zones it's amazing. It was I can't, because it seemed that I went 50 years back in Portugal, lots of drunk people. I have to put together, I don't know, about 20 people to get a complete teeth because most of people it was a tough experience for me, because usually on TV we see the touristic side of Madeira, and it's amazing. It's a beautiful island. Also Porto Santo, which is another island which is close to Madeira. It's amazing, but when you see that dark side of the island, it's scary. It's scary. The contrast you see, and I think by now it's not the same, because I went there 16 years ago or something. But it was like it was a kind of South American regime with a dictator which travels on the street with the Mercedes with the flags.
Yeah.
Believe me, with the flags, like this African or South American regime. And for instance, if he doesn't like you, you're in troubles.
Marco, do you know that we have a special dish in Belgium, very popular, and it's pork tongue in Madeira sauce?
Yes, because maybe with the Madeira wine, because
Yes.
Madeira's wine it's kind of Porto wine. It's not the same, but they are similar. Yes, and
Yes.
for instance, it's an amazing island. It's very beautiful, but the problem is, like usually in this kind of regimes, very few have the money and the power, and the people. And the other situation is when you can control information. When you can control information, you can do very bad to your community. And for instance, I can give this example, which are, for me, it was very funny by those days, even though it should not be funny. They had a kind of political agenda of the day on a journal which was controlled by the local government. And it says this: at 10 a.m., the president of the government will be opening this. At 3 p.m., the chief of the executive it's opening this, which was the same person. And at for instance 9 p.m., the president of the right-wing party, I don't know, the Social Democrat Party in Madeira, it's on this dinner, which was the same person all the time, but they changed the title of him. It's crazy, and for instance, a journal which was making political work. They were. I'm a right-wing person, not extreme, of course. I'm a social democrat, but and they were the same color. But I don't understand. I don't conceive that a newspaper should be doing this kind of work. They should be neutral, And they were joking. It was joking. It was very bad. It was very bad. And the problem is, when you don't have many resources, when you're poor, it's very easy for me as a government to manipulate you, because I can manage which information you can see, and I can. And there's another problem, and we are seeing this today again, because I make too much noise, I help too much. some people believe me. That we see here, we have this very right-winged winged party, and they are growing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's the same throughout Europe. That the right-wing parties have seen a resurgence in recent years. And I mean, it happens in every country. Half of the right wing in the States. You've got a situation where you've got a situation now. I think we'll all agree, where you're going to have a change of government. You're going to have a president who's not from the Republican side. The right wing policies will be changed in much the same way as when the Conservatives came into power in the UK and they changed Labour's policies. So you're about to go through a changeover, aren't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it seems like lately, every time we have a change from Democrat to Republican Party, they like to go back and change everything that the other party did and kind of go back to putting things into motion the way that they like it. From what it seems, from what I'm gathering now, is that after January 20th, when the Democratic Party comes in, they're going to push everything back and continue as if the last 4 years never happened, and they're just going to continue what President Obama was working on, and they're going to continue going that way. So, yeah, I mean, it's always seems like here in the States, you have the extreme left is in office, and then you get the extreme right. But you got this 80% of people who are in the middle that are going, I don't like either one of the two extremes because you're way too extreme. So, yeah, it's just.
Question, Harper. I don't know if you're in a state that has got the Second Amendment to carry guns. Are you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What happens, because they said they're going to do it, what happens when they say we're coming for your guns? Because this is what they done in New Zealand, They came and took the guns in the morning. They come in and they knew who had the guns because they wanted more. What happens? This is what I fear for your country, a civil war. What happens when they come for your guns?
I don't think that they will actually come and try to confiscate guns on a nationwide level. There are certain states that are, in fact, I pay attention to a lot of that kind of stuff. But in January of last year, that's actually what all of the state governments were trying to push, was to really make the gun control laws to the point where anything that reloaded itself, like a semi-automatic weapon, was the same as an automatic firing weapon. And it's like, so whether or not you had a pistol that was semi-automatic, that was the same as a machine gun. And so they all COVID started. So I have a feeling that's going to be right back up on the table. But I don't think, as far as a nation, I don't think they will ever get to the point where they're going to go and start confiscating everybody's guns, because even my liberal friends have a sense of, well, I kind of know what's going to happen if nobody's, they don't want anybody to have guns, but if they want to protect their own self and their own house, they have to have a gun. So they see the ambivalence, but so I don't think it'll ever get to the point where, you'll see an unarmed America. You would have a civil war before that would happen.
Yeah. What happened in Scotland, handguns. One guy shot kids. He shot kids. Stephen will remember this. And the world famous tennis player, I've forgotten his name, Scottish guy, and Andy Murray, he was there. And after it, Scotland, not England, Wales, Northern Ireland, but in Scotland, they stopped handguns altogether. Everybody had to hand them in. Then a kid got hit in the eye with an air rifle. In Scotland, I've got an air rifle. I need it for my business. And we now have to have an air rifle in Scotland, but you don't have to have it in England or Wales. And this is the problem with the UK. It's too fragmented. And especially during COVID, what's happened, one says this and one says that, and it's just been a disaster. As a Scotsman, I would rather have the Scottish Parliament shut down.
But you've got that situation, Peter, in the UK where we've got 4 health authorities, but in the States you've got 50 plus.
Yeah.
All setting their own rules, Harper.
Yeah, they do all have their own rules. Here in Arizona, where I live, it's we have what's called constitutional carry, so anybody can carry a gun out in public. And I mean, my state's only been a state for a little over 100 years. I mean, so 1912 was when we were the 48th state, and so it's still kind of like the Wild West in a way that you can carry, anybody can carry a gun. Unless you've been a felon and in prison, and you lose that right to carry. Yeah, I mean, it's still, I'd say it's a little over half of the states you're able to carry a gun, where other ones are you can't carry a gun in whether it's concealed or visible without a permit. So.
Yep. So in Arizona, you can walk about with a gun. Is it got to be concealed?
No, it doesn't have to be concealed. Just like the Wild West, you can have it holster hanging from your belt. So.
Texas, they've also got long rifles to walk about with. Rifles.
Yeah,
on the shoulder.
You got long rifles and stuff like that. Now there's certain businesses that don't want you to carry a gun in, which is fine. I mean, it's the same thing as I look at it the same way as if as the masks that we have to wear. If you don't want to wear a mask in a business, don't go in that business. I mean, they don't have to serve you. And I mean, that's the way I look at it. I mean, I have a mask in my car every time I go to the grocery store. As soon as I hit the doorway to the business, I put it on. As soon as I hit the doorway to go out, I take it off. But I mean, that's just kind of if you want the goods that they sell, you got to go by the rules. Otherwise, there's other stores.
There was I don't know which state it was, but it was a kid the other day. A guy came in and broke into the house, and he came down the stairs, and he said to him, "Get out this house." And he says, "Shut up, kid, or I'll kill you." So what the kid done was, he killed him. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah, it happens more than what the news shows, but yeah.
Yeah, the kid says, "No, I'll kill you." Bang. They can shoot. There was a guy in Aberdeen in the oil industry in Houston, and he got drunk. From Aberdeen, big thing, and he went to the wrong house when he was drunk, and he went into the wrong house. The guy shot him, no questions asked. That was scary, Anyway, yeah. So thanks for letting us know about that. Yeah, I would carry a gun. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Let's go to the comments. I can't believe anyone would want a referendum anymore. Question for Peter: why do the SNP stay in power? That's the Scottish National Party.
Because here's the thing: Labour, Liberals, etc. They actually outnumber the SNP, but they didn't get their act together. But the Greens helped the SNP get in too. They formed like a coalition. But the problem we've got with the SNP, rather than getting on with running the country most of the time, they've only got one aim. And that aim is to be a separate country. And every time they're asked to say, what would you use as currency? They can never come up with an answer. Says, we'd use the pound note. Says, no, you won't, because we won't let you, basically. And you can't use the euro because they've got to get back into Europe, which they want. you've got to have your own banking system, etc., etc. So basically, that's it in a nutshell. The sole aim of the SNP is to get Scotland as an independent nation. But they're kind of outnumbered by unionists, because the last time we had the vote, I'll never forget it, the unionists actually won the vote, and it was going to be once in a lifetime. So that's what's happening in UK.
Thank you, Peter. And out to the comments again, catching up, and say hello to Jim Ziegler in the States, and a good friend. He's saying there's no professionalism in journalism. This is going back a bit. The news media is politicized, which is along the lines of what we said.
Definitely agree with that one. The days of Walter Cronkite reading people the news and what actually happened, and then letting people have their own opinions. Everything now, all these news stations, I think, are just more of their commentary rather than actual news. But
just a shout out to Jim. Jim's a good friend, known him since 2005 when he actually came over from the States to the UK. Jim, this is a shout out. If you want to join us next week, because we've got an odd number next week, it would be good if you could join us next week. We're live at 12 p.m. Eastern on a Wednesday, and it's over at Marco's house. So you get to,
it's our house.
It's
not mine. It's our house.
That's our house.
Coffee for it.
And also from Jim, defund the police and take away the guns. The criminals would have free reign. And over to Nick, and Nick is just going to lighten the mood a bit. What about the guy that shot the sheriff? Thankfully, he didn't. Okay. And Crinder likes your background, Peter.
Yeah, it's nice. I was thinking that myself. The person in front of it's quite nice too.
Right. Okay. And over Corinda. And Corinda replying to Nick Wood. Oh yes, but who knows that about? Because not. Oh right. Okay. We agree, Corinda. Yes, we agree, Corinda. But Eric Clapton had a song.
Yeah.
The song, the title of which was "I Shot the Sheriff," as well. So, and question. Yeah, Wednesday the 13th, 12 p.m. Eastern. If you'd like to join us, you're more than welcome to do so. And it will balance things up because we've got liberals, we've got right wingers, we've got middle of the roaders. So we're open to everybody, and it'd be good to have your views, Jim. It will be 7 of us next week if you do join us. Excellent.
I'm a lefty.
Yeah. Okay, so that's all that done. I'm going to say I do like the ability to actually share the comments one by one on screen, because when they're down the side. Well, for one, I can't see them because of the bright lights. And I've got to get Marco to read them. So I think this down the side works a lot better. Okay. Right, now I've been on Messenger to try and find out if Chris was okay, because Chris just disappeared from screen. So hopefully, hopefully internet will be sorted soon. Right, okay, just back to Restream for a moment. Restream have a new brand champion, and he went live this week. It's somebody we know well. And Marco, did you see him?
Owen
Emzath has gone from Be Live to Restream. So there you are. One way to make money is to be employed by one of the broadcasting software houses. And there are 2. Wow. There's one that comes to me. Melon don't have anybody fronting at the moment. Yeah, so they're a possibility. I mean, that's Streamlabs. So yeah. Yeah, okay. So Restream are now being promoted by Owen Emzath, and he's doing well. He gave a shout out and said, okay, we're at 70 live viewers now, let's get up to 100. And I think he did. So he had 100 live viewers on his first Restream broadcast, and he was broadcasting to Facebook, to YouTube, to all the major sites. So you can catch it. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern on a Monday, I think. I'll check those details for next week. But I mean, Mark and I think we all love Restream because we can have more than 4 people on screen, and it's just a blast to actually be here. Right.
Yes.
So we're at your house next week, Marco.
Absolutely. Don't forget to bring some wine.
Can I bring whiskey?
Absolutely, yes. I
Yeah.
was thinking that maybe Peter would be the best one to bring whiskey
Empty total. You get no drinking.
and the bagpipe.
Well, I'll bring the cheese and crackers. How's that?
Okay, that's perfect. Harper, what will you bring?
Whatever you want, you know.
Coca-Cola.
There you go.
That's perfect. Well, so next week on my side, which is your side also, I will be pleased to welcome all of you.
Brilliant. Okay, and a shout out to Mr. Nick Wood as well, as saying, great broadcast, guys. Nick, if you'd like to be on this side of the camera,
Absolutely.
absolutely, come and join us next week, 12 p.m., 5 p.m. in the UK.
How many free seats do we have? 3?
3, yeah.
Okay, so Nick, act fast.
First come, first served. Oh, right, and Jim's bringing the cheeses and the dips as well. So absolutely brilliant. And
Elder, it's Steven, which is using a Restream studio. Yes, it's Steven.
in actual fact, if you go
Is
for
that the
graph,
free version, Stephen?
just a minute. There's the logo. Restream. We're on Restream today. Sorry, Peter.
Is that the free version?
No, this is the $45 version. Yeah, which has got everything. And it is.
Very good.
I can recommend it. So it's more expensive than Be Live, but it's more people on screen. I think that's the way to look at it. Yeah, because we could get 10 people on screen, Marco.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm glad you're running.
And I think above that, you can bring a screen sharing.
Okay, yep.
So you can have lots of elements on the screen.
Well, I'm glad you're in charge next week because it looks like it's going to be a busy broadcast.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. And we have a tradition. I'll go around the houses first. Just what one wish for this year, Peter?
One wish, and
Yeah.
I really mean this: peace and goodwill to all men and women.
Harper?
Good health for everybody. My daughter and Shelly's daughter just got, they both just got tested positive for COVID. So just good health for everybody this year.
Yeah. Okay. And mine is a combination of Peter's and Harper's. I just want everybody to have, well, it's just flabbergasted, really. It should be a good year. Let's make it so. Yep. Marco, it's over to you.
Yeah, same. I think we should take care of our beloved ones. Should take care of ourselves and think about tomorrow and not just about today. I think it's good that you don't jeopardize. It's the right word because you want to have a party today. You may ruin the tomorrow. So think about it. Maybe today it's good to be a little bit more closed, and then tomorrow you can go to the street and meet your beloved ones.
Oh, don't tell him that. He'll sing to prove you wrong. Okay, that's right. Okay, Tiny Tim, not Tiny Tin. Okay, so let's remove all the comments. So take care, everybody. Have a good week till next week. The four of us, plus Chris, plus Dom, plus Jim, possibly plus Nick, will
Yes.
be live with you at 12 p.m. Marco, it's over to you to close the show.
Okay, it was a pleasure to meet you all. To meet all of you on the first broadcast of the year. It was it was the best broadcast we have this year so far.
Definitely.
So let's work together so next week we can overcome the quality of this show. I think we'll be more talented and more experienced. So next week, I'm almost sure that it will be even better than today. So please join us next week to see how amazing we are. And also, we have 3 places, 3 free seats for you.
Until next week.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.